When first I left old England shore, such yarns as we were told, as how folks in Australia could pick up lumps of gold. So when we got to Melbourne town, we were ready soon to slip and get even with the captain and scuttle from the ship. With his swag upon me shoulder, Black Billy in me hand, I travel the bush of Australia like a true-born native man.
There are a lot of other metals found in the goldfields other than gold, one of them being iron pyrites, or fool's gold. Iron pyrites, or bisulfurate of iron, cubic pyrites, or mundic, occurs plentifully in all the veins on the goldfields, and at Sandhurst it forms in some places the lodestone. In soft slates and in bounding rocks where quartz reefs are found, it is abundant. Whether found in a sandstone or slates, in veins or as secondary pyrites in alluvial or tertiary deposits, whether got from the Silurian, Mesozoic or Tertiary strata, it is nearly everywhere auriferous, yielding from a few grains to several ounces of gold per tonne. In some places, it is argentiferous and gives more than 1 ounce of silver per tonne. Except at such works as those at Clunes, where this mineral is saved and subjected to processes whereby the greater part of gold is extracted, it is a hindrance to the miner and a perpetual source of anxiety to him. It is rapidly reduced to powder under the stamps, and he finds it difficult to separate it from the quartz, and to save it even when he tries to do so, and having saved it, it is not always easy to treat it as to get the gold from it with profit. An enormous quantity of gold is lost every day by the quartz crusher, and until miners generally begin to use such appliances as have been devised by Mr. Thompson and Mr. Ulrich, they must be content to see a considerable part of the fine gold disappear with the waste from their mills. It has often been suggested that the pyrites should be treated exactly in the same way as similar ores are dealt with at home for the production of alum, sulphur, and sulphate of iron. Stacks could be made of alternating thin layers of pyrites, aluminous shales, and fuel, such as gum leaves, gum branches, etc. And while it might even now be profitable to save the resulting chemical products, it is certain that this method would render the ore more tractable under operations as now conducted, and allow of the gold being got by amalgamation with mercury without much loss. The length of time necessary for the proper treatment of the ores after this method has probably prevented our quartz miners from trying it. In this colony, the miners look for immediate results, and they would not be willing to watch for a year or two the progress of any experiment of any kind. The process, however, is so simple and is conducted in America so certain in its results as to lead to the hope that no long time will elapse before a fair trial is given to it in this country. No difficulty need be apprehended from the scarcity of fuel, because gum leaves and brushwood are plentiful everywhere, and this would be quite sustainable for keeping up a slow combustion, not alone from the reefs, but also from the alluvial deposits. Great quantities of pyrites may be got without much cost. Mr. Clow, the warden at Steglitz, reports that there has been found about 3 miles east of the Gordon a stratum of secondary pyrites and clay, 9 feet in thickness, which it is estimated will yield several ounces of gold per tonne. And at Smeisdale, in some parts of the Yarra Basin and elsewhere, the mineral is abundant both in veins and in the alluviums. We cannot hope that works for the treatment of this mineral will be commenced in this colony until there is some change in the labour market. But the day may arrive sooner than is now anticipated, because the gold, silver and copper, which our pyrites contains, give it a higher value commercially than that of any imported into the United Kingdom. Nearly 300,000 tonnes of pyrites are annually consumed in the United Kingdom in the alkali manufacturers alone, of which about 140,000 tonnes are obtained from the mines in England, Ireland and Scotland, and immense quantities of cuprous pyrites are imported from Spain. The value of the English ores varies from 108 to 208 per tonne, and some parcels of the Spanish ores are probably of still greater value, containing as they do variable quantities of copper pyrites. The average, however, of the pyrites of the Rio Tinto mines is less than 2% of copper, but in other parts of the mineral is much richer. The sulfur, sulfuric acid and copperas obtained from pyrites, and the several products dependent upon these, occupy a large space in the statistics of the United Kingdom, and hence the importance attached to this mineral as a future source of wealth in this country. The hardness of common pyrites varies from 6 to 0 to 6 to 5, and the specific gravity from 4 to 9 to 5 to 1. Its composition is nearly as follows: iron 47, sulfur 53, iron 47 thousandths, and sulfur 53 thousandths to the 100s. Relatively small proportions of gold, silver, arsenic, silicon, and selenium are found in many specimens. So there you go, guys. Here's a bit of information on what to look out for and other metals that are present in the Goldfields. It was a bit of heavy reading, a lot to digest, but I hope you can make some use of this and make some sense of it too. This is Ful-O Gold. Peace out.
When first I left old England, sure such yarns as we were told, as how folks in Australia could pick up lumps of gold. So when we got to Melbourne town, we were ready soon to slip and get even with the captain and scuttle from the ship. With his swag upon me shoulder, Black Billy in me hand, I travel the bush of Australia like a true born native man.